Oh, I'm so excited to be here for Transformation Tuesday. My name is Linda West, and I just launched my business called Living Live, and it's Living Live with Linda. That's me. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to share with you guys my transformation that I've gone through this last 2.5 years. And I'm going to share with you why I want to share this transformation, because it has been literally life-changing for me, absolutely life-changing. And along the way, not only has it been life-changing for me, but my life-changing has affected other lives in such a tremendously positive way that I wanted to share what I've done and why I've done it. And so today what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of talk a little bit about what Transformation Tuesday is going to be coming up in the next several weeks. And so I'm going to kind of a little bit go over my story in a way, but then I wanted to talk about life. Life is so short. If you think about the grand scheme of life, the earth has been here for whoever knows how many years, right? Because there's conflicting information, and so I'm not going to say what my belief is on that, but there's conflicting information as to how long the earth has been here. And so if you think about how long the earth has been here, if you live to be 100 years old, let's say, I think the oldest person living was like 115 or something. So even if you live to be 115 years old, it's still very short. It's so very short. So what kind of impact are you going to make while you're here? So life is very short, right? So while you're here, the best thing in my mind is to make a positive impact on other people's lives. And hopefully you're with me on that. And because you're here, I'm going to assume you are like that. Because I've found that, you know, I've attracted to me people who are heart-centered people. And I believe in the law of attraction, which is what you put out comes back. So once I started putting out positive vibes and started putting out my intention of being, my life goal really is to have as much fun as I possibly can, hanging out with positive and influential people. So since I actually made that declaration out loud, and it was close to about 2.5 years ago when I made that declaration out loud, when it came out of my mouth, I was like, oh my God, that is so superficial. But then people came up to me and said, that is so cool. And I said, okay, that's cool, which I was glad because it's truly how I feel. I'm here for however many years, right? I want to have fun. And so fun for me is different than fun for you. Everybody's fun is different. But I also want to make sure I hang out with positive, uplifting people. Because when I'm hanging out with positive, uplifting people, I feel more positive and I feel more uplifting. It just kind of goes hand in hand. So today I wanted to talk about some of the struggles. Oh, first of all, wait, hold on, let me take that down. I'm using Be Live TV. I don't know if you guys can see it. I don't know if you can see it up there because I don't see it myself. But this is my website, livinglive.tv. I'm currently working on my website, so to get it all up and running. But in the meantime, I have my livinglive.tv URL. It's being pointed to my Facebook business page. So if you click on the livinglive.tv, you'll come to my Facebook business page, and it would be awesome if you can go like the page while you're there. So today I wanted to talk about struggles, like some of the struggles that I went through before I started going through this transformation. One of those struggles is that I grew up in a very abusive household, so verbally and physically abusive. So growing up in that household, what I learned as a survival mechanism for myself was to be quiet, to not be heard. I didn't want to be seen. I didn't want to be heard because if I was seen or heard, maybe somebody would get in trouble. Maybe somebody would get abused. And so I learned that just keep it quiet and don't be heard. And then I got into an abusive marriage. And in that marriage, I heard every single day for a little over 2 years that I was stupid and that people were only nice to me because they felt sorry for me. So because of that, again, it reinforced my be quiet. Because if you say something, somebody's going to think you're stupid. If you say something, people are just going to be like, oh, it's okay, it's okay. So that's what I learned, and that's kind of like what was going through my head. Now, of course, that was my choice, and that was my choice to believe those things. But it took me 51 years to realize that those things were wrong, that I wasn't stupid, that I was actually smart. And there was an incident that happened in my life that helped me to realize that. And that was, I was attending a workshop, and I had my own business. I was attending a workshop, and the speaker, they were talking to us about whatever it was that the workshop was about. I can't even remember. All I know is what happened that day. So I was attending this workshop, and the speaker was talking and something, and I decided that that day that I was actually going to speak up, and I was going to say something. So when the speaker asked a question, I raised my hand. Now, I didn't raise it high like, ooh, ooh, you know, like, oh my gosh, I got the answer, I'm amazing. But I raised it like this because I wanted to say something. I wanted to exercise having my voice heard. And so I did. So I said something, whatever it was. But apparently it was pretty brilliant, because the two women sitting next to me were like, that's so amazing. Can you say it again? Because I want to write it down. That right there was a turning point for me to realize that I did have value. So now that I realized, oh my gosh, I have value, now I had to put that into practice, right? And I had to start sharing my value. But first, before I could share my value, I had to believe strongly that I did have value. So what did I have up there? The wrong word. Preframes. Okay, so I don't even know what that means. So if you guys feel that this is going to be valuable information, I'm going to share my journey of how I went from having this scared, frightened personality into being a person who's doing videos. I'm speaking on stage. I've been interviewed on TV. And so if you want to share with anybody that can benefit from this, I'm going to share how I did this. Now, it's going to be a couple weeks that I'm going to go through this process, because I'm actually going to bring some of the people that were pivotal in my journey. I'm going to bring some of them on and interview them to talk about how they helped me through this process. So, so go ahead and share this out. So the first thing is very important to do, and I didn't realize this I didn't really realize I was doing this until maybe about a year ago, but that is to seek counsel and not opinion. Now, this is something that Greg Reed, he's actually been one of the persons who's been very instrumental in my journey. But Greg Reed, he says this all the time: seek counsel, not opinion. What does that mean? You talk to people who have gone through your journey and who have been there and done that and who are succeeding in what they're doing. You talk to them, not people who are your friends and family and neighbors, because the friends and family and neighbors probably don't know what you're going through, probably don't know how to get you there. And a lot of times friends and neighbors and family that are scared for you because of what you're going through, and they want to coddle you, and they don't want you to step out and do something different. They don't want you to step out of that comfort zone. So seek counsel, not opinion. That's the first thing. And so the first person I seeked counsel from was Sharon Webb, my sister. Now, I didn't realize how much impact Sharon had on my life until after she passed away. So, I mean, just saying the word that she passed away really brings tears to my eyes, because she was so instrumental in my life. And I'm just going to pass through this really quickly because I can't handle it right now. But she was such an instrumental person in my life, and she started the ball rolling on me being a leader. And that is because we attended, it was an event, it was like an entrepreneur day or something like that, downtown San Diego. And we attended this event, and we were sitting there, and we decided, oh, we were just going to go to the bar and hang out instead of walking around, because both of us don't know how to network. We don't know how to put ourselves out there. We don't know how to talk to people. So instead of like going around and talking to people, we went to the bar. And what ended up happening is, like, I'm so glad we did that, because by going to the bar, we sat there, we were drinking a beer, and we happened to have this location where we were able to see a speaker that was going to come up on stage. So we were sitting there, we were watching everything get set up. We have no idea what's in store. This woman came up and spoke, and her name was Allison Naslin. Now, Allison has this program called Business Breakthrough, and it was a 3-day event. And we were sitting there, we were listening to her, and she was so amazing, so inspiring. And when she was done talking, she said, so if you're interested in hearing about the business breakthrough, go ahead and go to my booth right over there. And I'd love to share with you about it. So after she got done talking, Sharon and I finished our beers and we talked a little bit. And Sharon was like, we need to go to that event, or you need to go to that event, right? And I was like, I don't know. I don't think I want to go. But Sharon was like, we got to go. Let's go. So we went over and we talked to Allison to find out what her event was about. And really, it was an awesome event. And I thought it was going to be really great for me and for Sharon to go to. And then we found out the price. And we were like, that's too expensive. So Sharon, being my fearless leader, Sharon says, okay, Linda, you sign up for the event and you take me as your free guest because you sign up and you get to bring one person for free. And I'm like, that's not a very good deal. I got to pay and then you get to go for free. She's like, you need to go to this thing. And I'm like, okay, I'll go, I'll pay, and you and I will go. You'll go as my guest. So that was really cool. And some really amazing things happened at that event. And one of the things that happened was I jumped to the microphone every single opportunity. I was terrified, but I did it anyway. And Sharon jumped to the microphone shortly after, and she shared something that was so cool. That was that she had always been the like the person in the movie, not the actor who's out in front, but the supporting actress. And she finally felt like this was her time. This is her turn to be the actress, to be out there in front. And so she jumped up to the microphone too. So that's one of the things that happened there. So that was part of the journey, and I'll go and share more about that later. Then the next thing happened is Liz Stone. I met this woman through the internet, through Facebook, through a private group we belong to called Hera Hub. It's a co-working space for women in San Diego. And so what happened was I was a member of Hera Hub. Liz was a member of Hera Hub. We didn't know each other. And she posted in the Hera Hub group that she was a coach. She had stopped coaching for quite a while and she was coming back into it. And now she wanted to find a couple people that she could coach to kind of get her wheels moving again, in coaching. And I was like, I don't know who this lady is, but I'm jumping on this. I feel like I need to do this. So I did that. And I'm going to tell the story about Liz and what she did for me, because she became my life coach. And really, she was instrumental in the next phase of my life. And then along that journey, I attended a vision board event. And when I attended that vision board event, there was this gentleman speaking, his name, Greg Reed. And Liz was at the event too, and it was a free vision board event. And what was cool is Greg's speaking was so amazing and so inspiring. And I knew that, he was an awesome man, right? And he was talking about this event he has called Secret Knock. Well, Liz, my life coach, was there. And Liz was like, Linda, you need to go to Secret Knock. She signed up to go. And she said, you need to go with me. You need to go with me. And I was like, it's too expensive. I'm not going. There's no way. I can't spend that money. That's crazy. There's no way I'm going to go. And so anyway, she was like, you need to go. Let's figure it out. And you go. So she helped me and encouraged me. She strongly encouraged me to go sign up for the programs for Secret Knock. And I attended. I've been 4 times since then as an attendee. And then the last time I attended was in Los Angeles. And it was as a volunteer because I thought it would be fun to see what the background is of what happens at Secret Knock. So I attended that event and I'm so glad I did. So absolutely glad I did. Here's some of the people that I've met at Secret Knock, and we stay in contact. And so it's so cool to meet people who've made a huge difference in the world. Huge. Like Frank Shankwitz. He's the founder of the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Now, Frank is such an incredible man, and they're working on his movie right now called Wishman, and it's going to come out hopefully sometime next next spring, I think, is when it's coming out. That's what I'm hoping for, and I can't wait to see that movie. I'll probably see it 15 or 20 times just because Frank is such an amazing guy. Another guy I met there was Brian Smith. He's the founder of UGG Boots. He's such a cool guy, and I've had some really great conversations with him. And it's personal conversations. This isn't like I go up there and I talk about UGG boots or anything. It's like personal conversations, getting to know these people for who they are. And then Ron Klein, who's the inventor of the credit card strip. Absolutely amazing man, and he's a great dancer and a great singer. He and I like to dance and sing at Secret Knock, like we like to get up on stage and do karaoke and stuff, so that's a lot of fun. And then Jonah White, the inventor of the Billy Bob teeth, another person that's been there. And, so I've talked to Jonah a few times on the side, and just a really great story. Oh my gosh, the guy has, as a best friend, I hate to say owns because owns is kind of a weird word for this, but his best friend is, he has a black bear, and he lives in a cave. Well, the black bear, I guess. So he has a cave and stuff. It's just incredible stuff. And then the next one is Bernie Dorman. He's the founder of CEO Space. Now, if you haven't heard of CEO Space, that CEO Space as well as Secret Knock are two of the top two events that you must attend by entrepreneurs. Absolutely incredible. So I met Bernie through Secret Knock, and then I signed up for CEO Space, which I met some incredible people there. Now, also along that journey, I've met this woman. Her name is Malia Holleran. And Malia, I first met her at a networking event. When I first met her, I was like, I said something to her, and what she said back to me, I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to talk to that lady because she's so scary. She scared me. But then as I got to know her, I found that it was my own fears. It wasn't that she was scary. It was that I had fears, and they caused me to think that she was scary. But she's an amazing, oh my gosh, an amazing, just such a wonderful soul. Big heart, loves to help people. And so I started working with Malia for my business coaching, and Malia really helped me start seeing things differently and thinking bigger and broader and opening up my mind. And I'll, of course, be telling all these stories about these people. And then next, Martin Lopez, a dear friend of mine, Martin and I were talking one day, and he said, hey, there's this event tomorrow. You got to go to it. And I was like, okay, I'm up for going to any event that's going to help me grow as a person as well as grow my business. And so I attended this event, and it was called, oh my gosh, I can't even remember the name of the event because it was very last minute. But it was with Chris Duncan, the co-founder of Point B Education. Anytime you get a chance to attend an event of Chris's, I highly recommend it also. So all these people have really, truly have been instrumental in the change of my life. Chris helped me see even bigger. So Malia opened up things, right? So once Malia opened, first Liz opened things, and Greg, and then Bernie, and then Malia, and then Chris, and then everybody just keeps opening more and more things in my brain, helping me teach, helping me learn what it is to be an influencer, how it is to lead people, how important it is for me to put myself out there. So because I've helped so many people along this path, which through doing my businesses and getting out there and speaking, and I have a mastermind program right now that I'm helping people. Like one of my people in the mastermind has more than quadrupled her income in a year. In 1 year, she's more than quadrupled her income. So 4x her income in 1 year through my program. And all of this would not have been possible had it not been through the steps that I've taken these last 2 years. For me putting myself out there, for me saying, I want to learn, I want to teach, I want to help people. For me saying, I want to learn as much as I possibly can. So here's the thing is, you can learn and learn and learn and learn and learn, but then it's time for you to take massive action. And that's what's happened for me this last few months. Started taking massive action. Yep, interruption. Okay, so I learned all that I could, and then taking that massive action is what's gotten me to where I am today. And so you guys, I'm excited to share my journey and what I've gone through this last couple of years. And so stay tuned next Tuesday. It's going to be Tuesday, Transformation Tuesday at 11 p.m. Scott, I'm doing a live thing right now. 11 a.m. Pacific time every single Tuesday until I've told the whole story. You guys go again to livinglive.tv and go ahead and like my page. And I look forward to seeing you and sharing my journey. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye now.